Hello everyone, this one is titled A Lesson in Humility. The Cambridge English Dictionary defines humility as the quality of being humble. It also means the quality of not being proud because you are aware of your faults, your failures, and shortcomings. I was reading 2 Chronicles chapter 32, and it details a great lesson in humility. The king of Assyria pridefully conceived intentions of overpowering and creating war with Jerusalem. He used deceptive tactics to create false thinking that he will win them over to himself so that he can gain access to the people and the land. In verse 6, Hezekiah speaks to the people. Then he sets military captains over the people, gathered them together to him in the open square of the city gates, and gave them encouragement, saying, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid nor dismayed before the king of Assyria, nor before all the multitude that is with him. For they are more with us than with him. With him is an arm of flesh, but with us is the Lord our God to help us and to fight our battles." And the people were strengthened by the word of Hezekiah, king of Judah. It was customary for the Israelites to meet at the city gates, as this was a location designated in which they can conduct courtly functions, assemblies, and all the meetings with the leaders and his people. Hezekiah was a strong visionary leader who knew that the God that he worshipped was ever present with him, his people, and in control of the whole situation. His faith in God is clearly demonstrated in the statement, "With him is a normal flesh, but with us is the Lord our God to help us and to fight our battles." He also knew that the battle was not just a physical battle, but a spiritual battle as well. And Hezekiah declared, "For they are more with us than with him," which meant that it was not just Judah's army that he was referring to, but the armies of the heavens, the army of God. This is powerful and a declaration of faith, declaring that God was with him. Another example of God's reinforcement is also found in 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 14 and 17. "Therefore he sent horses and chariots and a great army there, and they came by night and surrounded the city. And when the servant of the man of God arose early and went out, there was an army surrounding the city with horses and chariots. And his servant said to him, 'Alas, my master, what shall we do?' So he answered, 'Do not fear, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them.' Elijah prayed to God that he opened the eyes of his servant for him to see in the spiritual what he saw. And he saw the army of the Lord." God humbles the boastful and prideful, especially when the enemies who boast against the people of God. God sends reinforcement at the appropriate times. The king taunted Hezekiah and spoke against his God by challenging them in a boastful manner.